It is supposed to be routine. Just another driving test. A cold, quiet morning, wind brushing across the pavement. A middle-aged woman walks up, hand-me-down coat, neatly pinned hair, no makeup. She moves like someone used to being overlooked. She slides into the driver's seat. Hands tremble slightly as they find the wheel. She adjusts the mirror, breathes in once, twice. The instructor barely looks at her, just clicks his pen, starts writing. Already made his judgment. You can try, he says, but I doubt you will pass. She does not argue, just blinks, swallows, nods once, but 10 minutes later, the same man will sit in stunned silence, because what she does next will not just pass the test, it will challenge everything he believes about people like her. Her name is Maria. She is 47 years old. For 20 years she has worked the early shift at the same grocery store, 6 days a week, never late, never loud. People walk past her. They do not see her. That is how she likes it. No drama, no trouble, just a life that moves quietly, like clockwork. But inside Maria there is something else, a dream she tucked away for years. One small, ordinary thing. She wants to drive. She wants to drive. She never had the chance. The money always went elsewhere. Groceries, rent, shoes for the kids, and a husband who shrugged every time she brought it up. Why bother, he used to say, you will never pass. But the kids are grown now. The house is quieter. Too quiet. Maria wants something more. Not noise, not chaos, freedom, a car, a license, her own key, her own direction. So she saves. Every tip, every extra shift, every coin in the bottom of her purse. She takes the written test. Passes it, borrows a car from a neighbor, learns in short bursts, night after night. She sits in the living room, hands on an invisible wheel, practicing, repeating, remembering. Then comes the morning, driving test day. Cold wind, she wears her lucky scarf, murmurs a quiet prayer. The instructor walks over, young coffee in hand, clipboard ready. He glances at her, nervous. He asks, smirking. She nods, he sighs. Yeah, figures. He mutters, already writing her. Chest tightens, but she straightens her back, smiles gently, and says, I am ready. Maria grips the wheel. Knuckles pale, fingers locked. The instructor gives the signal, let us go. Her foot lifts too fast, the car jolts forward. She steadies it quickly, but hears it click. His pen again, writing something she notices from the corner of her eye. Feels her throat tighten. The streets are calm, empty lanes, no traffic, just shadows and trees. She focuses hard, turns where she should, signals early, checks both mirrors twice, every move rehearsed, practiced. But still, he sighs, loudly taps his clipboard, looks out the window with boredom, like she is wasting his morning. You do not seem confident, he says. Maria answers softly, I am doing my best. He chuckles under his breath. Your best may not be enough. Her stomach sinks. That sharp, cold shame crawling in. Why does he speak like that? He does not know her. Does not know what it took to sit here. The silent mornings. The nights she stalled and cried. The dozens of times she reversed into invisible cones in her living room, just to get the feeling right. But Maria stays quiet, only nods, eyes on the road. Focused like a blade. They turn into a narrow lane. No traffic, no noise. Just two parked cars ahead. He clears his throat. Parallel park. Between those two, his voice is dry, emotionless, but to her it is thunder. This is it, the part everyone dreads. The one she fears most. Her old instructor's words echo. If you get nervous here, it is over. And now he watches, almost waiting for her to fail. Her heart pounds, palms sweat, hands shake. She checks her mirrors, breathes deep, shifts into reverse. The tires begin to roll back. Slow, controlled. Maria's eyes stay locked on the mirrors. She adjusts, turns the wheel at the exact second her memory tells her to. Muscle memory, pure instinct. The instructor watches with half interest at first, leaning slightly away. Still smug. Then he leans forward, frowns, looks again, really looks. The rear wheel curves perfectly between the cars. Precise angle, smooth motion. The front tire follows in a flawless arc. Maria's hands move without panic. She straightens the wheel, gently eases back. The car stops. 6 inches from the curb. Dead center. A long pause. No one speaks. Even the birds outside seem to quiet. The instructor blinks, looks at his clipboard, then at Maria, then behind them, checks again. The space between bumpers is perfect. No scuff, no mistake, no correction needed. She has parked with the kind of precision that only comes from failure, effort, and persistence. Better than most new drivers, better than many instructors. He shifts in his seat, clears his throat. Where did you learn that? He asks. Maria keeps her eyes forward, voice calm. In my driveway 1,000 times. There is no pride in her tone, just truth. For once, the man does not laugh. He does not smirk. He just stares like he missed something. And maybe he had. He had seen an average woman, worn coat, quiet face, but he had not seen the storm underneath. The grit, the hunger, the private fire. The rest of the test is silent. Maria drives, her hands steady now. When they return to the center, he looks different, not smug, not dismissive, just thoughtful. She parks again, smooth as glass, turns off the engine. They sit for a moment. Then softly he says, I judged you too quickly. Maria nods once. I know. He holds the sheet for a moment, looks at it, then at her, hands it over without a word. She takes it with both hands, carefully like it might disappear. Eyes scan the top pass, bold, final, real, underneath. The notes, excellent control, smooth handling, exceptional parking. Her heart skips, her fingers tremble. She reads it again just to be sure. Then she folds the paper, softly holds it close to her chest, like it is a letter from her past self, a promise kept. Tears rise, but she blinks fast. No, not here, not now. He watches her, but this time he does not see a tired woman in a borrowed scarf. He sees something else. Strength, stillness, fire beneath. The quiet I should not have doubted you, he says, his voice low and now honest. You are one of the best I have seen in months. Maria meets his gaze, does not smile, just nods. It is easy to doubt what you do not understand, she says. He nods to silent agreement, nothing left to prove. She steps out of the car, breathes in the morning air, looks up. The clouds part, a golden light slips through. She walks toward the bus stop, paper folded tightly in her palm, not because she still needs a ride, but because this one will be her last. Without a license, that evening, Maria walks into her small kitchen. She takes the certificate out of her bag, flattens it carefully, smooths the edges, then pins it right on the fridge. Her name, her score, her victory. It shines under the yellow kitchen light. To others, it may look like a simple piece of paper, but to her it is proof. Proof that quiet strength matters, that effort, even silent and unseen, builds mountains, that it is never too late to start. Weeks pass. She buys a used car, cherry red, slight dent near the back tire. She runs her fingers across the metal, smiles. I will call you Hope, she whispers. And from that day, she drives to the grocery store, to her son's home across town, to parks and roads she had only seen through fogged up bus windows. Now she sees them from behind her own steering wheel sometimes. She stops just to practice. She parallel parks again and again, flawless, precise. People watch. Some smile, a few clap. She waves, says politely, just practice. But deep inside, she knows the truth. It is more than practice. It is belief, a belief she carved with her own hands, when the world offered her none, when silence was the only cheerleader. And now the road is hers. How many people do we overlook every single day? How many Marias pass us by, quiet, capable, unshaken? If this story touched your heart, leave a comment below. Share your own moment of quiet victory. And if you ever feel small, unseen, underestimated, remember Maria. Remember the woman who parallel parked better than her instructor and taught to him what humility looks like. Subscribe for more stories like this, because strength does not always shout. Sometimes it parks in perfect silence.